Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. I want to thank all the patrons and thank you for the donations. I got some donations from you guys, and we're using it for a good cause to keep this boxing thing going. Now, make sure you follow me, social media at Boxingego. We run it. And I'm going to do my best to get right into it and break down this Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Vasyl Lomachenko situation. And it's pretty ironic that people always complain. They say, oh, you're biased and this and that. Yet, when it comes to situations like this, you don't really see those same people in the comment section celebrating this or pushing for the fight, or if they're YouTubers or they write articles, you don't see them writing articles about this. But we know to stay away from the snakes and the fakes. I cover everything, you know what I mean? There's not one topic I'm afraid of. And right now I'm on Lomachenko's verified page. He posted this shot at Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux had been posting shots about him, but I guess enough was enough. And the meme says how Loma lets his hands do the talking, and it says how Rigondeaux lets his hands do the talking. So obviously a shot. He's saying Loma does his talk in the ring. But the ironic thing is, and maybe it's like a cultural difference, but it's like because he's from the Ukraine or whatever, but it's almost an oxymoron. You're saying, like, whoever made this meme, you still posted the meme, therefore it kind of lessens the joke, if you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I get the meme. The meme is cool. It's saying, like, you have Twitter fingers and I prefer to do my talking in the ring. But at the end of the day, Lomachenko just did what he accused Rigondeaux of, using the internet to make your point as opposed to in the ring. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, so at first I was like, haha, that's kind of funny. And then I thought about it. I'm like, that kind of doesn't make sense. You're saying this is how Loma does his talking in the ring, and he's punching Rocky Martinez's head off. But then you're saying Rigondeaux lets his hands do the talking on Twitter fingers, but you're still posting a meme. And his friend Kovalev was notoriously posting memes about Andre Ward. I mean, these are all facts. Oh, you're gonna say, oh, you're biased, Ego? These are facts, if you guys get what I'm saying. So my thing is, I want to just see them fight. Fuck all the Twitter shit. I mean, that's cool, Twitter fingers, but I want to see these two fight. And Rigondeaux said he'll come up to 130. What's the problem? The money should be good. If HBO can have a network date for Lomachenko to fight Rocky Martinez, Lomachenko fought a couple people I don't even know. Like, obviously he has some good names on there, like Nicholas Walters, Gary Russell Jr., Jason Sosa. We know those names. But he fought in between those fights. In Salido, he fought some people I never even heard of. And that was like on Pacquiao undercards and stuff like that. So, I mean, he was just starting his pro career. He still doesn't even have 10 fights. So, if they have dates for him to fight on Pacquiao undercards on their pay-per-views and fight Jason Sosa and Rocky Martinez, why would you not have the Rigondeaux fight? Clearly, Rigondeaux is bigger than like a Jason Sosa in terms of names. He's been on the network. He just fought Moises Flores, ended a little bit controversial, and then later got overturned. He's fought Donaire. He fought Egbeko on the network. So it really shouldn't be a problem. Now, like I told y'all, this is Rigondeaux's page. I give you guys both sides. This is Rigondeaux's side. So he's actually been going hard. Rigondeaux is a Rock Nation fighter, and Lomachenko's with Top Rank. He put the Top Rank's website contact information, and it says for assistance, and he has all their phone numbers, and he's basically saying contact them. We're trying to make the fight. So he's going to the source. He's going to the promoter. Then he posted this. It says, this is the problem with high-tech gear. The moment you test them, they fail. And he says the problem with high-tech gear is the moment you test their durability, they fail to work as intended. I will put Lomachenko to the test, and for that, his team will come up with every excuse in the book to prevent the fight from happening. Hashtag Loma Rigo 126. right? So initially he was saying I'll do 126, and then he keeps saying he has no nuts, no balls, no eggs, no huevos, and he says about to make a delivery to the fake champions that are currently been protected by the majors in boxing. They know who they are. No huevos. So he's just going in. And the Oscar for Best Acting Role in Boxing Ring 2017 goes to Moises Flores. Wow.
And the Oscar goes to Moises Flores.
Oh, wow. I didn't even click on that, so that's the first time. Then he posted this classic Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's one of my favorites. He's one of my idols growing up. Return of the Dragon, Roman Coliseum. And it says the best should fight the best, regardless of what Bob Arum say. Rigo Loma 2017. Right? Hashtag, or he says not afraid, hashtag Rigo Loma. Not afraid. So as you see, whoever's Rigondeaux or whoever's handling it, then he put Lomachenko's manager, who also put a meme. I did a video about it. Aegis Clemens put a meme about Andre Ward hitting a nutsack on his Instagram. So it's kind of funny that Lomachenko was like, oh, this is how Rigondeaux does his talking. But Team Kovalev, Aegis Clemens, they were all putting memes up. You just put a meme up, so you're kind of doing the same thing. And in this cartoon, it says, I brought this so you guys could believe me. I spent all my huevos on my last fight. There are none left for Rigo Loma. Apparently the problem is there are no huevos left. See, I mean, it's just non-stop. He has a bunch. Says Boxingego Cubano asks Aegis Clemens about Rigondeaux Lomachenko, and as usual, he ducked the question. Lomachenko is a great Ukrainian warrior, but his manager doesn't have too much confidence that he can beat me. Facts. They are ducking me even at 130. I did a video about it. I was there. This is all true. And it's true in the sense, I'll play it for you, but I was there, so I remember somebody on this side. I was on the opposite side of the crowd. This was on the right side of the crowd from where I was standing. And they said, hey, what about Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux? And he's like, hey, we're here for Ward Kovalev. But I'll play it for you.
I have a question for you, sir. Sir, you have Lomachenko. Are you willing to make Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko a fight that it can be history if it's made? Yes, I am, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter that they do the fight because people are American. They got nothing to do with it.
This is a press conference for Kovalev Ward, not Lomachenko.
So, yeah, and he lost the fight and you said...
And Aegis Clemens says, are you Cuban? That's what he said. I got it. You guys can go watch it on mine. But, I mean, him being Cuban, he's just asking the question. Obviously, the placement was kind of weird because it was for Ward Kovalev post-fight. But I guess the guy figured, like, hey... Well, I mean, you can't really blame him because Kovalev and Aegis were walking out of press conferences. So you got to hem them up and ask them whenever you can because who knows when they're going to leave. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really, for the Ward Kovalev, they didn't stay and mingle. You know what I mean? They were leaving right after they spoke. So, I mean, I guess Boxingego Cubano, he seen the shot and decided to shoot his shot. And then Rigondeaux put this on Twitter. Boxing is like Disney World. Money can buy you a fast pass to the front of the line. Been the best or loyal customer means nothing. Very little. No huevos. He said, no huevos, not afraid, Rigo Loma. I mean... Oh, wow. I just seen that. Is this really him? Let's fight. Send the contract. I'll say it in Spanish. See, that's not even the real Lomachenko. See, people, I was about to say, I'd never even seen that. But this is a fake Lomachenko. He said, that's a fake Lomachenko account. Yeah, somebody tried to posing as Lomachenko. That's not really him because Lomachenko's account has that blue verified check mark. So, I don't know. Not afraid. Not afraid. Rigo Loma. I mean, see, this is the unfortunate thing with boxing fans is no matter what, boxing fans, Rigondeaux's doing all this stuff. And it's not just memes and posts. He actually said this stuff on camera. I have the tape. I was at the Rigondeaux it was a Rigondeaux Moises Flores roundtable with Rigondeaux, and the topic came up. He has it on camera. I have the footage of it. And HBO and Bob Arum will likely try to find a reason. I'm not saying Loma's scared. I don't I don't really typically call a fight unless they do something so flagrant. So Lomachenko, he showed that he has a willingness to fight. He's rapidly moved his career, less than 10 fights, and he has good names. In fact, I think he has probably a better resume than Golovkin, at least up until recently. You know what I mean? Golovkin's best names are Kell Brook and Danny Jacobs. So in 10 fights, he shows he's willing to fight big names. But Rigondeaux's a different beast. He's a different style. They're both southpaws, and it's a good fight. But I just really feel like the business of it and what the fans accept could be a hindrance. And I don't understand it. Why do fans accept that a fighter not fighting? You know what I mean? Roy Jones even said it. I got it all on tape. Roy Jones, he was like, Lomachenko can't be the pound for pound best because he hasn't fought the pound for pound best. He ain't fought nobody of that caliber. Rigondeaux is of that caliber. If you do what you did to Jason Sosa to Rigondeaux, then we got a new superstar in the making. You know what I mean? That's nobody, even the guys that hurt Rigondeaux, knocked him down, look what happened to them. Donaire knocked him down. And then by the 12th round, Donaire was moonwalking, covering his eyes, seeing doubles and triples, right? Rigondeaux rocked something and messed something up in his eye. And then he was resorted to kind of making excuses post-fight, like, oh, I need shoulder surgery. And he never wanted a rematch. It was very apparent. I have the screenshot somewhere. I'd have to dig for it. But I remember on Twitter, a fan asked Nonito Donaire, they're like, will you ever rematch Rigondeaux? And Donaire said, it was a verified account. He said, what's the point? You all seen what happened in the first fight. What's the point? Who cares? So, didn't want a rematch. You know what I mean? Amagasa knocked him down twice and then got destroyed. And it looked like he had a golf ball or tennis ball in his mouth. You know what I mean? So it's not just, this is for either guy. Whoever wins this you can argue that it's like 2 Olympic gold medalists. You could say I'm the best amateur turned pro. You know what I mean? But it's unfortunate that the fans will just settle and not push for the fight. You know what I mean? Like they do with Canelo Golovkin. Not every fight's going to be big like that. And part of why Rigondeaux isn't bigger than he could be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can ever be at a Canelo level of stardom, you know what I mean? Because it's different ingredients coming up at different times, different ages, and different looks and all that. But he could be bigger than what he is, but it takes more than just a few people speaking out. The fans got to speak out. And boxing used to be about the best fighting the best. Even the guys like Pacquiao, Floyd, and Cotto, you can all say all 3 of them are fighting the best in their respective weight classes, but they have already accomplished a lot and have already proven a lot. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. The biggest problem I have, like I said, with the Cotto and the Pacquiao fight is those are title fights, and they're in stacked divisions. So it's like, why are you fighting those guys? Floyd beat both of them, and he's retired. He's been retired for 2 years. So I understand that. It's money you can't pass up. No one, Lomachenko will fight TJ Dillashaw or whoever. He even said, actually, Lomachenko said he'd fight Conor McGregor. So all these people who are talking all that fake stuff like, oh, you have to do it for boxing, and all these fighters would do it. If there's someone in their respective weight class from the UFC that made that much noise and made that much money for them to fight in boxing rules, the sport that they're already in, they would do it. Point blank, period. And like I said, it's just a shame. Some people, oh, you're biased and clickbait and you suck and all this. But when it comes to situations like this, a lot of people turn their back on it, right? They don't talk about it. They act like this beef is not going on. Both fighters are talking about it. They're tagging each other saying, let's fight, let's scrap. And they'll make an excuse. Oh, Rigondeaux don't put ass in the seats. Why do you care about that? It's supposed to be the best fighting the best. Lomachenko is definitely one of the best. I don't think he's pound for pound number 1. You know what I mean? Here's a perfect example. He was sparring with TJ Dillashaw. You know what I mean? And he was dogging TJ Dillashaw, but it was a learning experience for him. But let's say if TJ earned that much, had that much earning potential, and wanted to fight Lomachenko in a real fight, you don't think Lomachenko would take it for $100 million? Get out of here. But the Rigondeaux Lomachenko fight, they should fight. Roy Jones, I got the clip of him. He's like, they haven't fought. Why not? Why haven't we seen that? That's exactly what I want to know. They're both terrific fighters. I mean, one gets a lot of exposure because his management, HBO, the way Top Rank handles him. Because when Top Rank had Rigondeaux, they clearly didn't know what to do with him because they treated him like shit and spoke down on him. After, how do you get spoken down to when you destroy Donaire, who hadn't lost in 11 years? Clearly you were mad because he eliminated your cash cow and you probably felt it's easier to sell Donaire or whatever the situation was. But that's messed up what they did to Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? So, I want to see it. I gave you guys both sides. You let me know what you think. Lomachenko's a beast. Rigondeaux's a beast. So, I'm always down to see two beasts scrap. And whether it makes Canelo Golovkin money or anything like that, this should be what fans are pushing for, talking about, make videos about, leave comments about, because that proves something. Even this, and I brought this up, Lomachenko is a good fighter, but I want to see this. Why is it so hard for them to rematch Salido? Lomachenko should, even though he looks better since the second fight, he looks like he's improving, just like Canelo improved over the Floyd Mayweather loss, but you still lost. You still lost. A loss is a loss. Pay the man whatever he needs. You should be dying to rematch him. The rematch should have already happened. And it's so ironic to me that when Floyd has a controversial or tough fight with Jose Luis Castillo or Maidana, it's immediately put to bed in an immediate rematch that same exact year. Ward, same situation, except it wasn't the same year because his first fight with Kovalev happened in November, but it was announced within 4 months of the first fight. He said he was going to retire, but he didn't. A lot of people keep bringing that up. And then he just dogged Kovalev. It was competitive somewhat. Way better game plan. He broke Kovalev down. Now people are making excuses. Kovalev might try to work with Virgil Hunter and thinking about switching weight classes. Got stopped. All the whole 9 yards, right? And he put that to bed. Like, I showed you, this wasn't no fluke. And I did it even better than the first time. Kovalev clearly gassed, clearly looking for a way out. Because even if you do get hit low, there's a certain way to handle it so you don't give the referee the impression that you're defenseless, spilling all around and falling your back in and letting somebody jump on top of you. That's not what you do. You know what I mean? He was in there like he was getting jumped. And if anything, when people get low blowed, I've seen it time and time again, it's such excruciating pain, they just drop to the floor. And then the ref has to sort it out from that point. Like, what happened? Was it a slip? Was it a low blow? And then they'll figure it out. But Kovalev was clearly zapped of all of his energy, and he got broken down. And he's looking for an excuse because he talked a lot of trash to Andre Ward. But back to Lomachenko, how come we still haven't seen this rematch from Top Rank? Because it's dangerous. They want to build their fighter, build him, give him the experience, build the confidence, and Salido already derailed that. They thought Salido was probably going to be some easy work. Mikey Garcia knocked him down 4 times. He had several losses, lost to Juan Manuel Marquez, Gamboa, toy with him. And even though it was only Lomachenko's second pro fight, Top Rank put him in there with him, so they clearly thought he would win because there was a lot of praise and a lot of hype based on his amateur career, and he had some dirty tricks up his sleeve or some tricks up his sleeve to get the W. You know what I mean? Lomachenko was in there with a guy who's a by any means necessary type of fighter, and those guys are real dangerous. Like Maidana, similar thing. Maidana, he don't care if he's rough, if he's coming after you. He has heart. He's rugged. He's in the trenches. He's awkward, and he's hard to tame. And there's guys like that. So it was a little bit too premature because that amateur headgear and all that stuff didn't prepare Lomachenko for the Salido bout, because all those Amis, and I know Lomachenko, he fought Felix Verdejo. He has 1 loss in the amateur that he later avenged, I believe, 2 other times, meaning he beat the guy who beat him once. He beat that guy twice in the amateurs. I know all about it. But clearly that didn't transition to a win in the Salido fight. And why haven't we even seen a rematch of that? You know what I mean? To me, beating Salido proves more than beating Jason Sosa or Nicholas Walters off a 1+ layoff. So fans got to start standing up, just like people pushed. I went on Canelo's page all the time because I follow him, and they were putting triple G, GGGG, and chickens and stuff like that. You put all that heat on Canelo, who's younger than Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken. Canelo's like 26, Lomachenko's pushing 30. And why don't we see the same stuff? Like, I'm not saying you have to call the man out of his name, but Rigondeaux's clearly calling him out. This should be the next fight, or at the very least, Salido. But Gervonta Tank Davis might steal your shine there, because if they're talking about he might fight Salido, and if he fights Salido and stops him, then that's going to help Tank's brand grow tremendously, because they're going to be like, damn, Salido lost to all these other big names like Mikey Garcia, who's now a champion fighting Broner, and if Tank beats him and fights him and beats him, then it'd be like, damn, and now young Tank beat him, and Lomachenko is the one that lost to him. So the rematch, if Salido ends up losing to somebody before Lomachenko rematches him, then it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Lomachenko, if he does avenge the loss after someone else beats him or stops him, that's stupid. That doesn't really mean anything. So Lomachenko should have did an immediate rematch, just like Ward was pressured to do by the public in the Kovalev fight, and same thing with Floyd. But hopefully we get the Rigondeaux fight. As two talented people, let's see it. But it's just ironic how people act like they don't see it, because it's like they want to protect their investment. Lomachenko's a good fighter. He might beat Rigondeaux. I don't know. Rigondeaux might beat him. I really don't know. But that's why I want to see it. And for me, I'm always, as a boxing fan, I'm willing to risk it all. Like, it doesn't matter if I like one fighter, if I like both fighters, if I don't like either fighter. If it's right and it's right for the division and it's right for the sport, let's see it. But you'll notice there's a lot of snakes and fakes in this game, and you always got to keep your eyes open and beware and watch out. Watch out for those people, because I feel like I'm one of the only people even talking about this. I know I'm not the only one, but you'll see there's a lot of people that never come to the defense of certain fighters when it's not in their best interest. You know what I mean? But if that fighter fails a drug test, or if that fighter loses, then you see him pop up. Now you want to talk about it. But when someone they like is accused of ducking, right? Or there should be more immense pressure for that person, like Lomachenko. There should be pressure for him to fight. The guy said he'll come up to 130. That, to me, I think that's dangerous for Rigondeaux because of the weight. But that's just my opinion. But I want to see what happens. I want to see how he looks at 130. You know what I mean? Rigondeaux looks pretty small to me. But there should be no excuse to not fight him. Period. There should be no excuse why we haven't seen the Salido rematch. He almost stopped him in the 12th round. Why not rematch him? Why not do an immediate rematch? Just like Ward. Because that's what happens with great fighters. The great fighters, you have to just figure it out and make those adjustments. Ward basically had probably like 5 or 6 months to figure Kovalev out. You know what I mean? Go back, study the tape, see where he messed up, see what he could have done slightly different, etc. And he did that. And then he beat him more convincingly. Lomachenko hasn't. When did he fight Salido? I know it was years ago at this point. You know what I mean? We still haven't seen the rematch. So at least let's see a fight with Rigondeaux. Like Roy Jones says, I have the tape. That will show us something. Oh, actually, people, that's dope. People are actually putting it. Rigondeaux is a dead man. Y'all sleeping on Rigo, that man, the truth, nice shoes. Fight Rigo, stop hiding. Well, I guess it's happened. Never mind. I stand corrected. See, I haven't really been looking in their comment section. Rigondeaux, best of the best. Matrix. Love to see you and Rigo fight. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I told y'all in January it was going to be a problem for a lot of you guys, because tell the truth, right? Either way, that weight class, 130 pounds, he's still got his hands full with some more names out there, but Rigo need to get that ass at 126. You know what I'm saying? So I guess people are calling for it now. But I'm talking about like media, boxing media, writers, YouTubers, everybody should be calling for this. Who would what? Why? Shut Rigo up. People, looks like a Lomachenko fan. Dude thinks he's on your level. And he rolls his eyes. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Shut Rigo up. Lomachenko, dude thinks he's on your level. So even this guy sounds like he's a Lomachenko fan, which is cool. Lomachenko's a talented fighter. That's my point. Shut him up. That's exactly. You guys are in the same exact profession. It's not like Lomachenko is a tennis star, a tennis player, and Rigondeaux is a professional fighter. Like, yo, I don't like what you said about me in that magazine. Fight me. You know what I mean? This is nothing like that. This is not two different worlds. You're in the same sport. So I just want to see more of that from the media. People who I know won't. They'll sweep this under the rug, and if Top Rank doesn't decide to put Lomachenko in there with Rigondeaux or Salido in his next fight, then they'll find a way to excuse it and sweep it under the rug. But I'm not doing that. I want to see it. Fight Rigo, you cat. See, this is what I'm talking about. Wow, pussy. I don't know if it's your team or you, but stop ducking Rigo. What the fuck? We all want to see the fight. See, I'm telling y'all, tell the truth. It's getting bad for y'all because now I'm just randomly, I didn't even look at his page like that in detail. Look, fight Rigo, quit being a pussy and fight Rigo. So I guess it is. Like I said, I stand corrected. Rigondeaux, people are going in. I'm telling you, it's not even. This stuff is gonna snowball to the point where other people who naturally wouldn't want to be talking about this, you're gonna either have one or two choices. You're gonna have to talk about it and join the club because everyone else is, and stop making excuses for why the fight can't happen and Rigondeaux can't sell or Rigondeaux's boring and all this dumb stuff, or you're gonna look extremely biased. And that's funny because they say, "Oh, you're biased." I'm showing you all the sides. I'm showing you, I showed you what he said. I showed you what Lomachenko said. I showed you what Rigondeaux said. These are comments. I didn't write these comments. Fight Rigondeaux, stop being a bitch. Do it for the fans. So again, look at these comments. I didn't write these. Fight Rigo. Don't believe that the offer was too low for Rigo. It was a tactical move to lowball him. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 said, you gotta do something, baby. So it's better sooner than later. The people are demanding it. Now you can't say that the fight shouldn't happen because no one wants to see it. Because I'm looking at his random tweets that have nothing to do with Rigondeaux. He's swimming. Fight with El Chacal. Don't run. You said if fighters moving up dare to be great, but not Rigo. See, you know what I mean? People look at this. I don't see one person saying, hey, what was the water temperature? Or where you swimming at? It's all about Rigondeaux. Don't run. Terminator. Loma versus Rigo. Man, I love the internet. The internet is abusing some of y'all. Fight Rigo. So, again, look at this. What can Top Rank say? Nobody wants to see it? Rigondeaux. I'm not even reading. Dude, Rigo called you out like a crazy man. It should be Rigo's time to make... Look. Fight Rigo. What are you guys going to say now? And I'm the biased one. I do all the bullshit and the clickbait and side with Rigondeaux and all this stuff. But look, the fans are saying, the fans are speaking up. He ducking Rigo, what up, champ? Fight Rigo. So, like I said, you gotta do something, baby. It's a great fight. Lomachenko could win, Rigondeaux could win, but I just want to see it. Rigo is waiting for you, high tech. Make it happen. It would be the best year ever if you make that happen. So, as a true fighter, you should probably accept this challenge. He said it'll come up to you. Now you guys just have to combine teams and Top Rank and Rock Nation have a meeting and get the particulars. I'm pretty sure he'll probably give you the top billing, Lomachenko versus Rigo or whatever, stuff like that. But the only thing you can't do is just don't lowball him. You know what I mean? Rigondeaux, fight Rigondeaux. Just don't lowball him and give him something crazy, because that's what they did with Nicholas Walters the first time. Wow, people are going in. I didn't even know this. So clearly the people want it. There are no excuses. I just want to see it as a boxing fan. But like I said, always check for the snakes and fakes. You'll see a ton of people not talking about it because they don't want to. Look, Rigo, you fucking coward. So how can you say that people aren't demanding it? You think I wrote all these comments? Wow, they going ham over this Rigondeaux stuff. Rigo, fight Rigo. The walls are closing in on a lot of people this year. And I predicted in January, I told y'all, you just got to tell the truth. Call what you see, and it is what it is. Because I don't really see him. Lomachenko, people are tagging Lomachenko, but they're not really calling Rigondeaux names because he's doing most of the calling out. He's saying they'll come. Oh, someone called him a pussy. Bottom line, people want to see it, then move up. and I'm one of them. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off.